Hello, welcome to today's episode. I am your host, Bumi Ajibade. This is the second part of the series, the two-part series that I started last week about the power of potential. So last week, we talked about 7 things you can do to really unleash your potential. And I will just quickly go through that. The first one is for you to believe in yourself. The second one is to identify your purpose, identify your strength, set realistic goals, take action, and stay positive. So today, we are going to look at the negative impact of potential. How can you, if you have an unfulfilled potential, how does it impact your life and your business? Come on, let's go. Welcome to Create Your Own Economy podcast, the weekly podcast that equips you with the know-hows, the strategies, tools, and resources to create your own economy, grow your business, and live the life you desire. If you have not done so, hit the subscribe button so you will never miss an episode. So, the power of potential is often viewed as a positive force, right? We all love it, it's what we could be, is what could happen, is that who I can become in the future, and we are excited about it. But it can also have negative effects if it is not properly managed. So potential is the capacity for humans to improve themselves through studying, training, practicing to reach the limit of their ability to develop. So when you see potential in somebody, it means that that person actually possesses something that minority would possess, or that person possesses a unique ability. So it also means that you see an opportunity for that person to improve. You see an opportunity for that person to become great. Now, today, so let's now explore how unfulfilled potential can negatively impact our personal and professional lives. So let's look at 5 ways. So the first one is unfulfilled expectations. So with the excitement that we have potential, that excitement, we set high expectations for ourselves based on the potential or based on what we can become in the future. We set very high expectations. And we can easily become disappointed when we fail to meet that expectation. And this can lead to a feeling of inadequacy. It can lead to frustration. It can lead to decrease in your motivation. Unfulfilled expectation. Then number 2, procrastination. So when we focus too much on our potential, on who we can become in future, and we don't take action, we may be paralyzed by fear. Because when you see that, oh my goodness, this is big, my potential is big, you can be paralyzed by fear of failure or fear of success or fear or pressure to perform. And this can result in procrastination. I get it done. Yeah. I do it later. And what this does is just makes the problem bigger and bigger and bigger. Then number 3. Okay. When we focus too much on potential, we can burn out. When we place too much pressure on ourselves to reach a particular potential, we may end up working too hard. My name is Bumi Ajibade. I have been there. As much as I worked on my potential, and I'm still in the process and working, before I did it so much that I neglected other aspects of my life. I neglected my physical and mental health. I just allowed myself to only focus on one part. And it led to burnout. This can really have impact on your physical health, emotion, your emotional and mental exhaustion. I tell you, I have been there, because when I identified my potential and I began to work towards it, every day I wanted to help everybody. I began to see potential in other people and I wanted to help them. And many of them were not ready. So that made me work. I had to work more. And I was burned out. I burned out completely. Okay. The number 4, neglect of other areas in life, because when you focus too much on your potentials, you can neglect other things, like your relationship with your spouse, with your children. You don't even have hobbies, right? Or you are not giving time to those things that can fill you, that can fulfill you, that can get you excited to want to focus on your potential. Self-care. You can let yourself go. And this really can lead to a feeling of emptiness, because if you neglect your relationship with your siblings, with your spouses, with your friends, you can no longer follow them for Friday night out or whatever it is that you do. Your hobbies, you no longer really give time to it. It can create emptiness. And when you are empty, you cannot be fulfilled. Then number 5, poor decision making. So when we overly fixate on our potentials, we may make decisions based on our perceived abilities rather than what is actually achievable. When we are fixated on our potentials, we may make decisions based on our perceived abilities, what we can become, that we really forget about what it is right now, what is actually achievable right now. And this can lead to poor decisions, which can negatively impact our personal and professional lives. And I remember coaching and supporting some entrepreneurs. And if you are a network marketer or you are into direct sales, you will understand what I'm saying, what I'm about to say. Because when you are in that profession, people that are coming to you, people that are joining your team, people that are aligning themselves with the company you represent, and you will all work together, you will see potential of greatness in each and every one of them. And I know that when they come and they will tell you great ideas, and then you are seeing that person as your next producer, and you're so excited and you want to support. And then you have action items, and the first one, 0, the first week, the first month, the third month, the 6th month. And the mistakes that a network marketer or somebody in direct sales will make is not knowing when to move on. Because when you don't understand when to move on, it will steal time from you, time that you could have identified somebody else, time that you could have identified potentials in somebody else. If you are, if you employed somebody for your business and the person is not doing what they're supposed to do, if the person is not working, is not really living in the potential that you saw in them before you hired them, you can fire them, right? You can fire them. But when somebody comes to you and you are in network marketing and you are in direct sales, you need to know when to move on. So think about where you see potential in people and they are not working towards that potential. What do you do? What do you do? How do you move on? So it is very important to recognize the potential within us and other people. And it's also very important for us to manage our expectations and approach our goals with a balanced and realistic perspective. The goals that you see, the goals that you set based on the potential, based on the ability of what you can become in future, we need to balance that goal and we need to be realistic about them. And you should also know when to move on. If you hire the person after coaching and they are not really working towards and becoming that, getting the skills that they need to become, you can fire them, you can let them go, you can coach them. But most importantly, you need to know when to move on. If they are not responding to growth based on the potential that you have identified in them, you should know when to move on. Because when you don't, the negative consequences of unfulfilled potential is great, because it will really prevent you from having a thriving business, and even it will prevent you from being fulfilled in what you are doing. Now, the question I have for you today, and I want you to reach out to me, go to my website, www.clarolgr.com/meet, MEET, and book for a free discovery session. Have some conversation with me. Share with me, how do you move on from people who are not responding to your coaching? And they have great potential. Come on, let's talk. And if you also, you have great potential, people have told you that you have great potential, but you are stuck. You don't know how to work towards your potential. Come on, talk to me. Book a free discovery call with me today. Go to my website, www.clarolgr.com/meet, MEET. I'm looking forward to speaking with you soon. I hope you enjoyed this episode. The best gift you can give me is by sharing this podcast with your friends, your family, and reviewing it, which will help this podcast to grow organically. If you want to create your own economy and live the life that you deserve, join my next workshop or schedule time with me. My purpose may as well be to help you on your journey. Visit claralgr.com/workshop. See you again next week.